Hey up everybody, welcome to Thursday morning. Today it's session day and we've got 6 by 6 minutes sub threshold, all off 90 seconds. And I've been trying to work out the pace to run these today because last week I ran these at just under the 4 minutes and 10 a kilometre. I think the average was like 4:08 or 4:09, something like that. On Tuesday, just a couple of days ago, I did the longer intervals, the 10-minute intervals, and that was done at the same pace. And my heart rate when I did those 10-minute intervals was right at the bottom end of the range that I'm trying to keep within. So today I'm going to have an experiment. I'm going to increase my pace a little bit. Instead of running to the 4:10s or thereabouts, I'm going to try and run at the 4:05s. Usual deal. If it seems like it's unsustainable, I'll slow down. If it feels like it's really easy, I will not speed up, because as you progress through the session it becomes harder and I want to stay under that threshold at the end of the session. So let's get this session done. Alright then, we've got satellite signal, the heart rate band's connected. Let's get this done. Let's go for a run. Oh, missed it. I think I worked a little hard then. Heart rate's in the right zone, but I'm not sure if that intensity is going to be too much for all 6 of them. We shall see. Let's have a look. Oh bugger, 4:02. Whoops, got a bit carried away. And another 4:02, and the heart rate is staying right in range. This just might be a good day. It's what, 6 beats lower there than the top of the range that I want to keep away from. So I'd say this is pretty much right on intensity. I put the camera on a little early, and then you can see that the outward bound interval finishes uphill, so the heart rate might just lift a little. Another 4:02. Oh, I'm feeling really strong today. This is good. I'm enjoying this. That were a 4:01. And my heart rate's still underneath 160 beats a minute. This is really, really good. Oh, look at that. 4:01. Average speed of 4:01, wow. And a heart rate of 157. This is going exceptionally well. Only one left to do. And another 4:01, heart rate 158 then. I think that's pretty much the best session I've done. I can't wait to look at the data on that. Session done, and that went absolutely fantastic. I am so pleased with that. Just a couple of weeks ago I did exactly the same session at Aberystwyth, and that were around a really pancake flat course. Today I actually ran a little bit quicker for what felt like a bit easier. I'm going to have a deep dive into the stats and look at the heart rates, compare the heart rates between this run and the one through at Aberystwyth. But definite signs of improvement, because this has got some undulation on this. I'll put the data on the screen for you now. I'll put it in the kilometres and in the miles for you. But the first 3 of the 6 minute intervals, they were done at 4 minutes and 2 a kilometre, and the last 3 were done at 4 minutes and 1 second a kilometre, and it felt so cruisy. It felt just right. And this is what the Norwegian Singles is all about. You hit your sessions feeling rested and recovered and ready to put a good shift in without the fatigue, which is a mistake I made last week after the full send. What I should have done then is on the Sunday I should have wound back the Sunday session from the scheduled long run. I should have done that to just a shorter recovery run, just for load management. But you live and learn. I'm new to this. I've only been doing Norwegian Singles since December, and I made my mistake and I've learnt from it. But yeah, what a blast today. I really felt in control. So before we go, I've got to show you the shoes, and you probably heard them as well because they have got a distinctive sound. But let's have a look at these. Today I wore my Nike Alphafly ones in the Volt colourway, and these shoes have got well over 2,000 kilometres. I think it's about the 2,200 kilometres on them, and they're still delivering the goods. They are a fantastic shoe. So I've got to get busy now. I've got to get home. I've got to get cleaned up and out to work. So until tomorrow, when I do a 60 minutes easy, I'll see thee. Hey up everybody, welcome to Friday morning, and we've nearly finished this run. I've just been enjoying my 60 minutes easy today. It's really cold, but it's been really good weather. We've got some blue sky, we've got no wind, and it's just been one of those runs that just nice to be outside. How much we got left? We've got less than 10 seconds. Let's have a look at this watch. Oh, 11 kilometres. Another 11k run done. I'm feeling really good on it. Oh, I've just been looking through the data this morning of my Coros, and it's quite surprising. I'll put some graphics on the screen. First of all, of this run, I'll show you the distance I've run in miles and kilometres and the heart rate and things. But looking through the Coros analytics, there's a running fitness section, and when you press on there it opens up little graphs. And I've been doing the Norwegian Singles since the end of December. I think it was the 22nd of December. As soon as we finished the run down at Battersea Park, I went straight to the Norwegian Singles. And there's graphs there depicting, I mean, it's not accurate, let's be honest. It's a good indication, but any data that's from a watch algorithm it's more of an indication than accuracy. And it shows, I'll put them on the screen now while I'm talking, it shows things like endurance and speed and things like that. And ever since the 22nd of December, I've had a continual, gradual upward climb. And that's exactly what I expected to see from the Norwegian Singles. Because with the old polarised, where you do intensive sessions, really, really hard stuff, and then you'd have a day off recovery, and that graph it'd be up and down and spiky. And what we've got there, if you look, it's just a continual, gradual increase, which is exactly what I'm after with my training. I don't want peaks and troughs. I don't want good times and bad times. I just want steady, continual, gradual improvement. And that's what this is delivering. So we're only a couple of weeks away from Wilmslow, and as soon as that race is done, I'm gonna sit down and we'll have a chat all about the Norwegian Singles Approach, about what I found, all the good points. There's a couple of things that for me personally I will need to change moving forward from the actual let's say the book method, because as James Copeland said, it's not the training method, it's just a principle, and everybody's different, and there's little tweaks that everybody can do to make it work really, really well for them. I have got a couple of very, very minor changes that I will be doing after Wilmslow, but they are really, I mean, really minor. The actual method itself, it's, as you can see by those graphs, it's working very well, so there is no need to actually try and change things in any way. I'm just slightly rounding off some of the corners so that it fits in with life and where I'm hoping to go with my running. But that's my big talky waffly bit at the end, finished and done. Tomorrow's Parkrun, and again I'm letting Missy say up, choose where we go. So until tomorrow, oh hang on, shoes, nearly forgot, way. So today I had my Saucony Speed 2s on, and I've also matched them with my new monkey socks. These are the new Podium range, which are a thinner, lightweight sock, and I'm really enjoying them. Well done monkey socks, well done Saucony for the Speed 2s, still doing really well after it must be probably 4 or 5 years or something now. I'm not sure of the exact date, but I've had these shoes for years and they're still delivering. But now it's really time to go, so until tomorrow, I'll see thee. Hey up everybody, welcome to Saturday morning, and that can only mean one thing, it's Parkrun day. And today we threw at Grow Parkrun again, but I'm going to be taking this as an opportunity to get some last minute preparation done for the Wilmslow Half Marathon. It's all about shoe trials and a bit of pace work, to be honest. If you've been following the channel, you'll know that I've been doing sub-threshold runs at Parkrun. What I'll be doing today and next week is running just a touch slower at what I really, really would like to run the half marathon at. So it's going to be a test to see what my heart rate and what my effort level is at running half marathon pace. I'm going to do the Parkrun, I'm going to pause my watch to get me token scanned, and then I'm going to get straight back out again to continue a 30-minute run. That should give me the data and the feels to see if the pace that I'm hoping to do is achievable, and also a last minute choice on footwear. So enough whittering on for now, I'll see you at the start line.
3, 2, 1, off we go! Let's go, we got it.
He's close. He's a nutter, isn't he? Oh, Well, that's the first cock up done. I thought I'd press start, but it moved it onto view. It rotated the bezel instead of pressing it. I don't believe it. I totally cocked up with the watch settings today. .403. .407. I 2 seconds off, but the GPS is all over the place, so I'm having to do this by feel. Thank you, mate. Hi chaps, 3 more laps. 4:02. So we are actually on pace, in fact a little bit quicker. Squeezing through on your side, mate. Cheers, buddies. Thank you very much.
Good run, eh?
And yourselves. Thank you. Okay, so that's the park run done. It went really well. I got the paces that I was aiming for. The heart rate stayed nice and low, which I'm aiming for, so I've got a really good indication of what to do on race day for my half marathon. What didn't go well was when I pressed start at the beginning of Parkrun on my watch, it actually didn't start my watch. It rotated the bezel onto view. So I kind of missed the first 20 seconds or so. And then the other mistake was pre-programming a 30-minute workout on my watch. And at Parkrun, I always use the distance markers on a manual lap button press for accuracy. And obviously, if you do that, then you'll know that when you press the lap button, it ends the program on your watch. I pressed the lap button at kilometre 1, and it went workout finished. So that's 2 of the things to go wrong. Then the final thing to go wrong was turning the final corner and the battery running out on the camera. But it's done. I hit the paces. I've got a rough idea now of where and what I need to do on race day with as far as pace and effort goes. Shoes is the other thing I'm deciding today. So today I had my Alphafly ones on in the Ekiden colourway, because I'm trying to decide whether to wear Alphafly ones or my leaning Fedian 5 Challengers, and at the moment I can't call it. It's that close. The Alphafly ones are really good for almost metronomic running. I can just get to a pace and just keep rolling and rolling and rolling. They're absolutely brilliant. But on the other hand, the leaning, how could I describe? They're just sub-threshold monsters, honest to God. They make running sub-threshold so easy. So I can't call it. What I'm going to have to do is come back next week wearing the Challengers and have a comparison. But that's enough waffling on. I've got to get going now. I've got to get Mrs. A up back home. She's got work this afternoon. So until tomorrow's long run, I'll see thee. Hey up everybody, welcome to Sunday's long run. And I've come back through to the Grove Park today because it's just perfect for doing a long run, keeping to the nice tarmac paths and easy parking. It's just so convenient and works really well. I've got an hour and 45 minutes, and this is actually the last long run before Wilmslow, because next Sunday it is a long run but it's reduced, so it's my last chance to try out things over a length of time. And just like last week, I'm doing more fuel and shoes. What I did do is I forgot the plaster that goes on my nose. The Grove Park is a 40-minute drive from where I live, and I wasn't going to turn around and go back home just for the plaster to stick on my nose. I've used it many times before, I know it works, I'm comfortable with it, as long as I don't forget it for race day. So my fuel today, I've set my watch alerts for 30 minutes again, but this run today, I'm really hopeful it's going to be a lot longer than what the half marathon is going to take me. And because of that, I'm taking on much more fuel today. I'm taking on an extra gel compared to what I will be doing on race day. And hopefully the logic behind that means that if I'm perfectly fine taking more fuel on, then it should be even easier to do on race day. But it's not just seeing how it settles in my stomach, it's getting used to opening the things and taking them while you're running, because that's completely different to when you're not running. There's a lot of chance of dropping the things or not tearing the top off properly. There's so many things that can go wrong. Also remember that good fueling helps with recovery. If your fueling's on point, that means when you finish your run, your body's in a better position to start that recovery process. So it's something that you should take really seriously. The last thing you want to be doing is making yourself suffer on a run by underfueling, and then making it twice as bad by harming your recovery. It just doesn't make sense. Look into it, do your homework, and see how much fueling can really help you, because there's a lot of gains very easily. There we go, that's the long run finished, and the last long run of this block. Next week there's a longish run, but it is start of the taper, so it will be reduced time on feet. Today went really well. I'll put the information on the screen for you, but I covered just over 19 kilometers with a really low heart rate, down at an average of 118 beats a minute. So nice day, good weather and good fuel practice and good time on feet. I'll also finish off now with the weekly totals. You can see I'm using the bar charts again. One of the bar charts on this side, that's showing the intensity of each day. Then you can see the difference between the sub-threshold days and the easy days on how much effort I'm putting into it. And then the one on the other side of the screen, that's just the distance covered. And again, I'm going to do that in miles and kilometers for you to see. So last week now of training right up until Sunday, so all this week is going to be normal training, and then a week today, Sunday, the taper begins, ready for Wilmslow, so the final countdown. Before we go, I just want to go through shoes with you. I'll just move this so I can see. And today I wore the Leaning Fedian 5 Challengers, and I haven't made my mind up yet on what I'm going to be wearing on race day. At the moment, it's a bit of a two-horse race between these Fedian 5s and my original Alphafly ones. It's too close to call at the moment. The final decision will be made next week at Parkrun. I'm going to do the Parkrun. In fact, I'm going to do a full 30 minutes at half marathon pace, which is a little bit slower than what I've been doing my sub-20s at, but keeping it sub-threshold. And that's going to be the final decider. So until tomorrow, 60 minutes easy, I'll see you.